Hey, greetings, my friends. It's Dan here, your urban treasure hunter. And I'm down here in the home office today because in a minute I'm going to turn the camera around because there's a few things that I want to show to you on the computer. I am a treasure hunter, and if you're like me, you're also a treasure hunter and you hunt for profit. What I like to do in my treasure hunting endeavors is buy low, sell high. I try to keep as few of the things that I find as possible because I don't want my own life getting cluttered up with stuff. So just about everything I come across, I like to try to sell. And I do this to generate income for myself. So obviously, the only way that you can generate income as a treasure hunter is to find stuff low enough that you can sell at a profit or for some number higher than what you paid. Now, a couple of the outlets I use to sell off my treasures are online, Craigslist, eBay, as well as, I do occasional tag sales, flea markets, that kind of thing. But I do use eBay and Craigslist extensively. But my strategy of using eBay is waning. It may be changing. And I don't know if you use eBay, but I'm curious to speak with you about eBay, their latest changes and fee structures, and get your feedback. So in this short video, we're going to be talking turkey about eBay and potential alternatives to using the world's largest online auction site. So let's get right to it. So now eBay, it might not be a surprise to you, has changed their fee structure quite frequently and quite substantially over the last year or two. They now are charging a number of different fees just to set up the listing. There's also, of course, an insertion fee. That's just to get the listing up on eBay. If you set a reserve price, there's a fee. If you add a buy it now feature, there's a fee. So there's all these little fees and picky-uni charges for these different ways that you can set up an eBay listing. But what really has become very frustrating for me is on the back end of the eBay sale. When your item finally does sell, they are now charging much higher final valuation fees, and we're going to show you those in just a second. But what really sucks and really upsets me is they're now also charging a final valuation fee on your shipping charge. So let's turn the camera around, let's take a look at these fees, and let's talk about some alternatives to eBay. So here we are on the page on eBay.com that discusses their insertion fees. There's always an insertion fee whether you stick something in there auction style or if you put something in there for fixed price format. But I'm not too worried about the insertion fees. They're low enough. What I'd like to point out is the final valuation fee for an auction style listing is 9% of the sale up to a maximum charge of $250. And then for their fixed price formats, the listing fees could be anywhere from 5 to 7%, all the way up to 13%, which is, exorbitant to say the least. Now, one of the alternatives I found is a website called Buku Auctions. Now, of course, Buku Auctions is a lot smaller than eBay. Their fee structure is far more reasonable. For those of us who will pay a $60, maximum $60 final valuation fee on an item on Buku Auctions versus a maximum $250 final valuation fee on eBay, this is great news. Now, of course, eBay is much bigger and they present your items to a much larger audience, but who knows? And listen, I'm not a shill for Buku Auctions. In fact, I just found out about this website yesterday, and I just posted my first couple of auctions, my first couple of listings today to this Buku Auction. So, the jury for me is still out. I don't know what this website's all about, but I will find out. So let me turn the camera around now, and let's go over some of the things that Buku has to offer. Now, over here is Buku Auctions. What they're doing is they're charging just a 6% final valuation fee, flat rate on, and they're only charging that for the first $1,000 final valuation of the item that you're selling. So, anything over that is yours. It's gravy. So the maximum you'd ever pay on Buku, 6% of $1,000 is $60. So if you sell something for $2,000, you're only going to be paying the 6%. Whereas eBay is going to charge a maximum final valuation fee of $250. Buku is going to be charging a maximum final valuation fee of $60. And then they also charge, Buku does, a couple of dollars or a couple of, 50, 70 cents, 75 cents for a few other premium features when you're listing. Otherwise, there are no insertion fees. selling on Buku auctions can prove to be far more profitable because they're taking less out of your pocket when the listing comes to an end. But like I said, the jury's still out. Let's wait and see. Now, a few other things, a few final thoughts I want to give to you on eBay is their systems too are somewhat flawed. Here is a vintage record album set that I tried to list on eBay. And I listed this as a record album, right? Now, eBay put a restriction of this thing only being able to be sent via media mail with a maximum $4 charge that I was able to, charge for shipping and handling. But this is not a single album; it's a multi-album set. And for $4, I mean, I'm gonna lose money big time if my buyer's only paying me $4. The shipping alone on that thing's gonna be $8 or $9. But because it's listed in the record album category, eBay system put an automatic ceiling of $4 on the shipping charge, which really sucked. So I had to kind of skirt my way around that issue by listing it in everything else instead of with, classic vinyl, which means I'm losing audience because there's not as many people in the everything else category looking for what I have to offer there in the classic vinyl category. Now, one other thing too is I have a vintage piece of ephemera paper, which is a Western Union telegram from the 1950s. So I posted that listing in eBay as a Western Union telegram. Come to find out, eBay squashed the listing because their systems interpreted the ad for a Western Union telegram, a vintage Western Union telegram from the 1950s. Their systems automatically interpreted that as me promoting Western Union as a form of payment for the listing. Just because they saw the term Western Union in my listing, they immediately squashed that. I was like, well, this is ridiculous. I'll use PayPal to complete the listing, but this is for a piece of ephemera paper. This is for a really cool vintage Western Union telegram. But they squashed the auction. And anyway, it's just preposterous. So in this short video, I wanted to speak with you about online selling, namely using eBay. If you are an eBay seller, please go ahead and comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this Buku Auctions website. It's just buku.com. If you are familiar, please go ahead and comment about that also. Reason being is, like I said, I just found out about Buku yesterday. I posted a couple of listings to it today. So I am curious to find out, how this website goes for me. So if you have any familiarity with Buku also, go ahead and let me know. So that's it. My name is Dan. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say about the topic I brought up here. I'm going to sign out for now. And until next time, I'm asking you to please go to my fan page, my Treasure Hunters fan page on Facebook, where you can connect with me and a growing community of treasure hunters. And you can go and visit that fan page right here.